Many of the women who were victims of this violence never wanted to go against their husbands. In fact, the classic line, which continues till today, I don't want him to beat me. Do we pump her up and say, no, put a case against that man, take him to court? No, we sit with her, we talk to her, we engage not only with her, we not only empathize with her, we also engage with her husband. I want to ask all these organizations, how much do they engage with the women?
Deliberately, a confusion is being created that, oh look, men are dying by suicide a lot, therefore it has to do with marriage, dowry harassment, or the 498A law. Therefore, let us just take away all these laws, right?
Society is still not willing to accept that violence against women continues despite the existence of all these laws.
The women's groups have consistently talked about violence, about patriarchy, about society. They have not only they have not ever, in fact, I can't recall any instance where the women's organizations have made men into the culprits or men into the enemies.
If this man, Atul Subhash, had reached out to an organization, I'm glad that he reached out to an organization. The question is, how does that organization then support him?
The entire video, as well as that note which he wrote, is entirely the language of this Save Indian Family Foundation. If you've seen their website and if you've seen the way they speak, all their various spokespeople, I mean, it's eerie. It's very eerie. And I feel there should be some kind of investigation into how much they influenced this poor man's decision to take his own life.
A woman goes with a complaint, you add multiple sections to it, and eventually there can be no conviction in that case because you have set up that woman for failure by misusing the law.
Even today, when you do these sensitization programs, the police look at us very skeptically, and they say, oh ma'am, or, madam, all these are all false cases. And then you have policemen saying, in any case, so what if a man beats his wife? So what? It's a way of keeping her controlled. Otherwise, they go out of control. So when you have, that is your everyday thinking.
But when it comes to dowry and when it comes to domestic violence, like Geetha says, there's a rationale why the law is there, which is precisely why it cannot be made gender neutral.
Yeah, when the crime is not gender neutral, when the crime is gender specific, how can the recourse be gender neutral to it? I don't see, at least in Hindu society, there's no concept of dowry for a man. So how can you have that? How can that be gender neutral?
If the laws are being misused, don't look at the woman. Look at the way the system is misusing it. And address that. It's right. I mean, in Atul Subhash's case, if you look through what I read through, half of his complaint was against the judge. Because she has demanded for bribes, and I'm not surprised. Because that is a system that has worked against the woman.
It was not only about dowry or about, property or about getting, making the dowry demands and making more and more demands. It was about misogyny. It was really about how women were treated, how women were harassed for not cooking properly, not looking good.
Domestic violence today has become very lucrative business, in the courts. This is no offense to lawyers. Best friends are lawyers.
Let them take offense.
But
it's fine.
Yes. But the fact is, when I go to the family court today, I am astounded.